A little security in an insecure world. Chevy Blazer, like a rock.
You want to be prepared? You watch the Weather Channel. When it comes to something as important as this, knowing what we know can make all the difference. It's all we do. Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
You're seeing light snow as you head out of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area this morning. And snow, it looks like it's going to continue into midday. Temperatures won't get out of the single digits. Good morning and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Marshall C. Snow is falling in states from the plains to the northeast this morning. We'll have a live report from Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm Bruce Edwards. Now, also this morning, we'll tell you about the freezing rain and rain affecting states in the south. In addition, we'll also tell you about some light rain you could be seeing in Seattle later on today. You'll also be seeing some light snow in Chicago. Detroit's also seeing some light snow, and the same will be true in Baltimore, where the snow eventually will mix in with some ice and perhaps then over to rain. With all the details on that, let's check back in with Marshall.
Well, we've had some heavy snow, Bruce, around the Baltimore-Washington International Airport in the last hour. We've got some heavy snow just to our west as well. Dulles is reporting some moderate snow at this hour. As the snow continues to move across the region, we'll see it over in Dover, Delaware in the hour or so. Philadelphia is reporting light snow. In New York City, well, we don't have any yet, but boy, it could be a real messy afternoon rush hour into this early evening. We expect a couple of inches of snow perhaps, and then changing to some freezing rain and sleet. So factor it into your travel plans. Keep looking out the window this afternoon at conditions, and may check us out at weather.com on your computer for the latest reports in the area. Meanwhile, we have some very bad travel trouble spots in Kentucky, westward along the Ohio River, and then southwestward toward Oklahoma. Bruce will have some of those details in just a moment. Meanwhile, we'll concentrate on what's going on for we in the Northeast. New York City, 24 degrees, 20 in Boston right now. Hartford's in the same range, lower 20s, and Philadelphia about 25, Washington, D.C., 23. Temperatures not warming up here yet. All that warm air hasn't gotten over the Appalachians yet. We do have light snow at Philadelphia. It's moving across southern New Jersey. Winter storm warnings out for Sussex County and northwestern New Jersey. The Poconos look out too later this afternoon. Snow has moved over Williamsport. It's engulfing much of the eastern part of Pennsylvania right now, so it's only a matter of time before it heads into New York City. Out to the west, out in West Virginia, southward through Kentucky, freezing rain and heavy rain as the warmer air is moving in now into eastern Kentucky. 34 degrees at Pittsburgh and snow. And in Cleveland, well, let's take you there directly. Bruce?
That's right. Situated hard by the shores of Lake Erie, the flakes are beginning to fly. And the Weather Channel's Jim Cantori is in the best location in the nation, Cleveland, Ohio. He's got a view of the shoreway and a view of the new stadium, which might keep the workers at bay today because of the cold air, right, Jim?
Yeah, it may do that, Bruce. Since you mentioned it, I might as well just turn around and show it to you here. I'll step right out of the way. Randy, we're going to the new stadium, buddy. And you can see it under construction there Looks like they're out doing some work in the parking lot. I saw a couple payloaders out and about, but you're right, Bruce. As far as indoor construction, this will keep them at bay. Off to the roads we go. You can see what the snow is doing on first the side roads. The snow is beginning to stick a little bit. And as far as the major thoroughfares like the Route 2 that you see there with the headlights initiating or showing you the westbound traffic, they are out there salting like crazy. They already spread 100,000 tons of salt since New Year's Eve. And a lot of the local retail outlets are actually out of salt. So residents trying to find salt are having a difficult time doing so. The last couple of winters have been very, very mild. The retailers just didn't order the salt. So now the shortage, of course, since we've gotten back to some bona fide Cleveland wintertime weather. Right now it's about 17 degrees. Our winds are to the south with the flakes flying. We're looking for several inches of snow, actually. And it may mix in with some sleet and freezing rain. Looks like it could be an interesting rush hour tonight here in Cleveland, Bruce. We will keep you posted. Back to you.
All righty, thank you. Jim Cantore live in Cleveland, Ohio, where the snow is going to get heavier. Marshall Cease looks at some of the lighter snows over the Central Plains states, but colder temperatures, right, Marshall?
That's right, Bruce. And the snow that you watch behind Jim Cantore, right here you can see a little darker green there as that snow on the increase in Cleveland. Heavy snow warnings for later this afternoon and tonight. Could get pretty difficult travel-wise in Cleveland. Meanwhile, in Chicago to Rock Island, Moline, up toward McHenry and Harvard and Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee and Kenosha and Racine, just some light snow. Don't expect heavy accumulations, maybe 1 to 2 inches in this area. That's all headed east. Now, as this front, or this trough, moves east, gets on the east side of where Jim Cantore is in Cleveland, we're going to see a surge of lake effect snows kick in later tonight probably, and that also includes those lake effect areas near Lake Michigan and Lake Superior. 13 degrees in Chicago, 7 in Des Moines. Cleveland's at 15 degrees, and a wind chill of 2 in Cleveland, 0 in Chicago, 30 to 40 to 50 degrees below zero in North Dakota. Arctic air just does not want to retreat here. There's your blanket of snow for today in the forecast. Big problems south of Springfield, freezing rain and freezing drizzle this morning. For more on some of that in the south, here's Bruce.
All right, thanks, Marshall. Well, folks in the central California coast are still contending with thick fog again this morning, while in parts of Texas and the deep south, we also have some heavy rain. There are some thunderstorms that may occur, and as Marshall mentioned, there's also some freezing rain and drizzle. We look at the satellite picture, and it shows the cloud cover encompassing much of the deep south, pushing its way onto the northeast. We see clouds moving in towards Florida, but no precipitation here. I show you the cloud cover here in Oklahoma, northern Arkansas, and Missouri, because if I didn't show you the clouds, you wouldn't think there's anything there because the radars are almost naked. But anyone that lives here will tell you there's freezing rain and drizzle occurring there right now, even though it is light, so light that the radar's not picking much of it up. It doesn't take much ice to cause major...
Use your credit card and call the number.